Hey guys, welcome to the Kimball Project. So I'm back in the garage working on the 335i. A couple weeks ago, I replaced the oil pan gasket. I was hoping now I was going to get rid of the oil leak, but then I noticed it kept dripping. At first it looked like it was a rear main seal because it was dripping right at the transmission. But then after a couple of weeks, not even a couple of weeks, probably after a few days, it started really leaking all over the place again. And so I thought maybe I had messed up on the oil pan gasket. I went back. The bolts were all the spec. It's not even leaking from the oil pan gasket. It looks like it's leaking from the top of the engine somewhere. So I was looking at it. I just replaced the valve cover gasket, so I don't think it's leaking from there anymore. It's not giving me any signs of leakage from there, but it is leaking from the top of the engine somewhere. So I'm thinking the last place I have to check is the oil filter housing gasket, because it's running down the front of the engine and it's running down the side of the engine. So hopefully this weekend I'm going to take on this project and fix this oil leak once and for all. So let's get started.
So as you can see, it is leaking oil. You can see that drip right there. It's leaking down my power steering lines. This is dripping everywhere. There. Really bad back here. See it right there. And right up here. Looks like it's dripping. Right there. But it's also like right here. Right there, it's coming down there, so I mean it's really dripping right there. So it looks like it's coming down on all sides of the engine, so I don't know. I'm really hoping that it's the oil filter housing leak from the top.
Okay, so I got my charge pipe off, I got my electric fan out, I got my intercooler off, took all the basic stuff off, and now you can really kind of see what's going on here. So you can see right in there, it's pretty nasty and wet. Wet all the way down. Looks like it's just gobbing up right there. So I think it's actually I don't know if I can get in there really good. You can kind of see it's all gobbed up right there. Really looks like a mess in there. So that's where I'm hoping it's coming from. Well, anyway, I think I'm gonna call it an evening because it's getting kind of late. But I think tomorrow I'm gonna take off my intake manifold, drain the antifreeze out a little bit, take off my intake manifold, and then I'm gonna replace the gasket on that as well. I hope I got the right gasket. Yep, so that'll conclude the evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Hey guys, so this is day 2. I called it a night early last night. I got a late start on it, and then with recording and everything, I just didn't get a whole lot done. I did get the intercooler off it. I got the engine cover off and the intake, all the intake stuff off of it. I got the charge pipe off of it. So what I'm gonna do tonight is I'm gonna drain out a little bit of coolant so that when I take the oil filter housing off, it doesn't leak everywhere. And then I'm gonna take the intake manifold off as well so that I can replace the gasket in there too. So let's get started. Alright, so I think I found the culprit right here. I'm pretty sure that the oil filter housing gasket was a cause of the leak. As you can see, there's just a ton of buildup coming from right there. And if you come around, same thing over here. Don't really have a light over here. So you can see it's like it's dripping down there, it's dripping in there. Pretty sure it's all coming from this one place. It's nasty. And from there, you can tell it was running down right there, running down my engine right there. Hey guys, so I'm gonna call it a night on this one. I have to take this into a third day. I ran out of brake cleaner and I really need to clean the oil filter housing because it is nasty. It is a mess. It's been leaking oil for a long time and there's a lot of cake up oil on it. So I'm going to swing by the auto parts store tomorrow, pick up some brake cleaner and clean this mess up so that I can get it back together. Hey guys, so this is my third night of working on this oil filter housing gasket. Normally it wouldn't take that long, but I have been, trying to make sure I get some good footage, and I've been working on it in the evening, so I've been busy during the day, so I've just been trying to get this done in a few hours in every evening. So last night off camera I did a lot of cleaning that oil filter housing. It was completely covered with just nasty oil, built up oil. It took me a whole can of brake cleaner just to get it off. It was nasty. So tonight, hopefully I'm gonna be able to finish this up tonight and get everything done. So let's get started. So I did have to take my serpentine belt off because the oil got all over it when I took that oil filter housing off. So I'm gonna have to put that back on first. Alright, so I got just about everything back together except for my air intake. So now I just filled up the coolant reservoir. Now I'm going to cycle the water pump to get all the bubbles out. Here we go. Hey guys, so I finally finished with this thing. I just got done putting the belly pans on. So now I'm gonna go take it for a test drive, come back, see if there's anything leaking on the top. I'll check in a couple of days, I'll get underneath it and see if there's still any oil leaks underneath it. I have a feeling I possibly may need to do the rear main seal, but I know the oil filter housing was a huge problem. There was so much oil leaking from it. So hopefully that got rid of the majority of the oil leak, and then, like I said, in a couple days I'll probably come back, put it back up on the stands, take the belly pan off, and take a look at it, see if it's still leaking any oil, and then I'll have to tackle that as the next project. So if you like this video, you can go ahead and click the subscribe button.